What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here with the best gear for Yua and Mazino here, guys. We're going to be going over the Tower God collaboration and the gear that I'm going to recommend for each of the characters. We'll also briefly touch the original characters from the Tower God collaboration too, and then we'll talk about Mazino and Yua first, and then we'll briefly touch on them. But yeah, we're going to be covering best gear across all the characters. If you guys do enjoy videos like this, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we are on the road to that 50,000 subscribers, and I definitely do appreciate the support on the channel, guys. And with that out of the way, let's hop in and let's talk about it. So starting off here with Yua Yeon, I think Yua is going to be a really good character, specifically on a HP defense set. Now, the reason why I say this, guys, is because I think Yua is a character that wants to last a long time on the battlefield. Now, in her passive here, right, she does have Burning Shield, which makes it so that her HP does not fall below 1 damage, but it does get removed after taking damage 4 times. Now, if you were to run her on like an attack crit set, I could see the value in, you know, the first 4 times she's getting hit, like but before that pretty much, where you're able to have attack crit damage and you do a lot of damage. No matter what, she cannot die in the first 4 attacks that you take. Right, so that in itself allows you to be able to take advantage of an attack crit set. But on the flip side, what happens after those 4 turns, and are you going to be able to stay alive long enough? That's kind of my thing with Yua, is that I really think that if you're going to be running her in a PvP scenario, especially in like geared PvP, I think having an HP defense set will be fine, because by the time that she is alive past these 4 times she gets hit, she's going to have fully built up on the Flame of the Family, and she's going to stack up all of this, you know, critical damage and damage dealt, and that's when she's going to be hitting super hard, and you're really not going to have to worry about having an attack crit set to make up for the damage loss that you're getting. So overall, I do think that a HP defense set is going to be the way to go. And in terms of the rolls on the gear, guys, you're just going to go with your standard basic stat rolls. So, you know, if you guys have ever made a gear set on Grand Cross for like any general character, you know to go with the standard HP, defense, and attack. And that's usually how I like to do it, right? You'll go for HP percent on the belt and the rune. You do defense percent on the necklace and the earrings, and then attack percent on the bracelet and the ring. And so as long as you're able to follow those things, guys, and you actually do reroll all your gear to have those stats, and feel free, by the way, to do, you know, you can do like min roll, you know, 1% reroll just to get the stat alone. Just getting the stat at the bare minimum is going to be better than running like, you know, critical damage, critical chance, whatever the case, right? Whatever's left on the character, on the gear, you do want to change it. So if you do it something like this, you're going to only spend maybe 85 anvils, and boom, I have 9.6% attack on my Yua right there, which is pretty good. So that's kind of the idea here, guys, in terms of building your gear set. You do want to make sure that you have attack on the top pieces, defense on the middle, HP on the bottom, and you want to make sure that you have the 4 set HP and the 2 set defense. As long as you do match that, your Yua Yeon is going to be really good. Alright, now moving on from Yua, let's talk about Mazino. Now, in terms of Mazino's best gear set, I'm actually going to be going with a different setup than normal for this character. And the reason why I'm building this specific gear set that I'm going to mention is because I see the value in Mazino in PvE content. If you want to build the character for PvP, I'm just going to specify now, going with an HP defense set is probably going to be fine. And I think it'll be solid as well. And you can run kind of the same thing as Yua, where, you know, you just have HP defense, and then you run the HP defense and attack percent rolls. Now with Mazino, spoiler alert, I spoiled myself right there, we're going with an attack crit damage set. And the reason why I think an attack crit damage set is going to be the way to go for this character is because I think he's going to be really nice alongside Roxy in Demonic Beast content, and even in just in general PvE content, especially when we're talking about boss fights where you need to have damage that can bypass damage cap. And because Mazino gets so many buffs in his kit just from what you're doing with the character, you definitely want to just take advantage of the damage he's able to do. And so running him alongside a character like Roxy and him having double single target means he's going to be doing a ton of damage. So I actually am going to opt to make an attack crit damage set for this character, because I do see the value in PvE content. But if you do want to run him in PvP, as I mentioned, feel free to just make an HP defense set like I did with Yua, right? Like, that's going to be completely fine as well. And then in terms of the roles here on the gear, guys, you do want to obviously change any of these roles right here. Make sure that you're always on HP, attack, and defense. No matter what, just do, you know, min roll HP. If you don't have enough anvils, you know, re-roll it. Make sure you get the full roll right there. Boom, you get your HP, you're good to go, right? Obviously, you want to get higher than this, but this is just an example to show you guys if you want to save anvils, you know, taking advantage of it and making your gear in this manner. So that's kind of how I would do it for Mazino and then also for Yua right there, guys. So that's going to be their gear sets that I'm planning on making, and I've explained exactly why I think I'm going to be doing those sets. Now, moving on to the original Tower God characters, let's talk about the gear sets for these characters if you plan on running any of them in the game nowadays. Now, the only one that I think is worth running nowadays in content in the game, guys, is going to be Bomb and probably Yuri. I don't really see much use out of Data Zahard if you're going to be planning on using the character, but what I will say is that if you do want to make a you know, a specific gear set for him, I would probably opt to doing a I guess HP defense set, right? Because you're not using him in PvE content, right? That's one thing. If you are using him in PvE, then I would say go into attack crit set. An attack crit set would be fine. But if you're going to be using him in PvP, which he's more of a character built for PvP, but again, you know, Data Zahard has so many problems in PvP, it's hard to really recommend it. But if you were going to go with a set, guys, I would probably just say HP defense. Just honestly, just build HP defense for him just for box CC, I guess. I don't think he has like a definitive best set. It really depends on the content you're doing. So I would just say go with HP defense just to, you know, kind of slot it in. I don't think it's really, you know, too important on Data Zahard, but that would be, you know, my kind of recommendation for him. Now, moving on to Yuri Zahard, I would go with a HP defense set on Yuri, mainly because she is a supportive type character. She's really here on the team to provide the buffs to the human team so that they're able to get the damage dealt lower on the enemy. You get the basic stats for the team, and then you're also debuff sealing the enemies for their all targeted skills, and you're always able to reapply that with Yuri's skills. So that is a very important thing. So I do see the value in that, and because of that setup that you would want to be doing in a PvP kind of setting, that means Yuri wants to stay alive as long as possible, so we're opting for a HP defense set. So again, the exact same thing, guys. You want HP rolls on the bottom pieces, defense on the middle, attack percent on the top, and the same thing goes for Data Zahard for his set as well. But yeah, I think that's going to be a really good set for Yuri. She's going to be very supportive for the human team and really strong as well, you know, providing that basic stats and that damage dealt lower on the enemy. So moving on from that, we do have Bomb here. Now, in terms of the best gear set for Jouer Viol Grace or Bomb here, I actually would recommend a HP defense set, guys. And you don't even have to make UR gear for this character, in my opinion. Every time I use this character in Demon King Battle, which is probably like his main spot to be used, I honestly just slap on a regular HP defense set from one of my other characters, and I'm still able to do very well with this character. The main reason why Viol is so good is because he's providing a ton of basic stats, damage dealt, and damage reduction to your team, and this is able to be used in general PvE content. So not Demonic Beast, you know, not like, I don't think Guild Boss is even included either. It's mainly, oh no, Guild Boss is, it's only general PvE content pretty much. So Demonic Beast is pretty much excluded, right? So you're able to use him in all general PvE, and you're able to take advantage of the basic stats he's able to provide with his buff card right here. So you get team-wide basic stats, and then you also do get team-wide damage dealt and then skill rank up too. So that's obviously very, very good, and I do see the value in, you know, having that. And so that's why I would actually recommend building an HP defense set for this character, but you could also just take someone else's HP defense, and that works completely fine too. Feel free to do that if you know, don't want to make another set. I actually think it's completely fine to do that, but it's really up to you guys. But that would be my gear recommendations right there. So yeah, I mean, just to kind of wrap it up at the end of the video here, guys, the TLDR of what you want to be doing for your gear. Yua Yeon is going to be a HP defense set, mainly because she wants to stay alive as long as possible to get the full build up that she's able to do. And because she's more of a PvP oriented character, she wants to be able to out CC, so you have to have as much combat class as possible, which HP defense is able to do. So that's why I opt to go HP defense on Yua. Now for Mazino, I recommended an attack crit damage set because I'm going to be using him in a more PvE oriented kind of usage. Obviously, he is good in PvP, and if you do want to use him in that, HP defense is going to be great, but I am going to rock him on an attack crit damage set, and I'll probably just run him regularly in ungeared PvP, no gear needed, and that's going to be fine, right? You know, you can just run that, and I make this attack crit damage set so I'm able to use him in PvE. So that's kind of my you know, kind of thought process with Mazino. And then for the other three Tower God collab characters, guys, just kind of straightforward stuff. Data's a hard, it really depends, but it's honestly up to you. I don't see him being really like kind of needed for like a certain content in the game or being really strong in PvP. He's just kind of a character that exists. He's not really insane in anything, so you really could run him attack grip for PvE, HP defense for PvP. It's up to you, right? Yuri, I would say, is definitely HP defense. She's more of a supportive character. Same with Bomb, where because he's PvE oriented as well, you do want him to stay alive because he's a PvE support. He is not a PvE DPS, so going with an HP defense side, I think is going to be completely fine. So that's going to be it for the video right there. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what gear you guys are going to be building for your Tower God collab characters in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and see you later.